we changed college football history that night, but over the course of time, changed pro football. That one little drop that night just changed everything.
So back to SC, you guys, when you played the game against Arkansas Razorbacks, coached by Lou Holtz,
Right.
And in that game, you ran 117 yards total, which I think earned you your nickname Lightning Rod. Does anybody ever still call you that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
My grandkids call me that.
They do?
It just.
Yeah?
No, I think
That was your nickname?
So, Lightning Rod, Ram Rod, Rod the Rocket.
Rod the Rocket?
Use any of those you want.
I never called it any of those.
Well, now you have a whole library to choose from.
I just call it Roger Mack.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
I don't know. I think we can end there. No, I'm just kidding.
No memory.
I think it's pretty amazing that you did that, especially coming up off of your hip injury. So that's not a bad return at all. And then you were also drafted by the New Orleans Saints in '74, and then you were there for a couple years, and then from there you went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So what I want to know is, because obviously I've never played football, what it's like being on an NFL team, and obviously college and professional are a little bit different. So just kind of like the transition that you made and that experience.
Yeah, and I think it is unique too, because if my memory serves me correctly, the year before the '72 national championship team, Sam and I were both coming off of being injured. So I remember we were having practice at the Coliseum, and we're running plays, and we were actually in full gear, and I was still getting my legs under me, and I came around on the end, and I kind of tried to put a move on the guy, and eventually ran into him, and I knocked the guy down, and Coach McNeill went ballistic. So we had don't touch status at that point.
Yeah.
We were still recovering. And he went crazy on the guy and yelled at him for hitting me. It was really my fault. I stumbled right into it. So it was cool though. It was very unique because we were coming into that season with that kind of a question mark over us. Are they going to be able to come back and play like they had played before? And I was really happy that we were able to be successful in that game, because when we were going to Arkansas, they had actually been rated higher than we were. I think we were rated number 6 in Arkansas with the quarterback they had, and Joe Ferguson, they were rated number 1. So when we beat them, it served the notice to the whole country that we were definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. You don't really get the full understanding of that while you're playing, and it kind of dawns on you later on. But what a great opportunity! And fortunately, we were able to go and have an undefeated season. I did get a chance to play in the NFL, but I gotta say, it was a step down for me. Coming from USC and going to New Orleans. I have nothing against New Orleans or the people or the organization, but we have to keep in mind that the NFL itself is still kind of an fledgling kind of status. It's still kind of an upward trending institution.
Yeah.
Some of the practice facilities weren't as nice. Some of the coaching wasn't quite as good. That's what we were used to coming out of USC. We had the best coaches, the best facilities.
Right. Interesting.
Everything was first rate.
But not many people can say that they made it to an NFL team, which
Absolutely.
I mean still says a lot about you as a player, that you in fact were able to, even if like you didn't play, like that you were at that level.
Absolutely, and that's something.
Grass is always greener.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I don't take that lightly.
Yeah.
That was truly an honor to have a chance to play amongst the best in that particular sport, and I truly relished that. It was a great experience. When I went into the locker room during the halftime, our first game, I was blown away by the fact that some of the guys were having a cigarette in the locker room, and others were taking pains.
They're probably doing more than
From what you saw.
Again, specifics, but it was not what I expected. It just was not what I expected.
You played for the New England Patriots.
Well, Rod and I, to go back a little bit, Rod and I, we both came in as 1969. That 72 team would solidify in us and our our belief in that we could actually play. I mean, we knew we could play, but it was our turn to lead, you know. I mean, back then, seniors were seniors, juniors were juniors, sophomores were sophomores, you know. Now I think they kind of mix and blend a lot more. And probably one of the main motivations of that 72 team was to go to Rose Bowl. You know, the only bowl game you could go to as a Trojan or a Pac-8 team was to go to the Rose Bowl. That's why I went to SC. You know, I'm assuming that's why Rod came to SC, because we all got recruited at a Rose Bowl game. I never really thought about playing pro ball until I saw other cats coming back, driving cars, wearing clothes, having money in their pocket. And I looked at them, I said, man, they paying you to play professional football? They go, yeah. I said, oh man, I can do this because I'm way better than you. You know, but you know, even saying that, you gotta stay healthy and stay out of jail and stay in school. You know, there's still certain things, and have a sense of character about you. But I mean, I play with a lot of different running backs, and Rodney is probably my favorite running back to play with, ever.
I knew he liked me.
Oh, that's why you were to share a blanket with us.
He was the easiest one to block for. And we're both similarly built, so we kind of have an understanding of our geometries.
Yeah.
And you know, he had a knowledge of the game and a knowledge of running that you really can't teach. You know, it just was innate. Our 72 team could have beat the team that I was drafted to, the New England Patriots, the 73 New England Patriots. You know, we were coached in a professional way, so our transition wasn't so big, you know what I mean? I mean, you didn't have to come in and they didn't have to grab you and put you in position. You already knew.
You already knew what to do.
I remember so vividly is that, you know, we always talk about the 70 game and the racism and whatnot. I got drafted to New England, and it probably is the most racist place I've ever been in my life.
Really?
It was truly traumatic watching the people of New England fight so hard for their kids not to go to school in Monday. For me, it was a different environment because I was so far away from home. I had no friends, no relatives, so it was just, I'm just thrown out there. You know, I got to like tread water and figure it out. You know, and I did only because of what my mom and dad taught me. You know, I always tell people, I said football was just what I did. It's not who I am. So when I was done, you know, I moved on to the next phase. I'm sitting here with Patriots stuff, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I just have it on because NFL season has started and we're like world champions. So I gotta run with it for as long as I can.
Yeah, everyone likes to be the champ.
Yes.
If I can just interject, you know, I think there's something that's important. I mean, having the chance to play, you know, NSC and an NFL, I mean, what it does for us as African Americans is it just can't understate the impact that has on the people you have to deal with on a regular basis, from the postman to the guy who's the city councilman or politics or people in business. I can't tell you how many times I've run into people who, before they knew that I was a player, they treated me one way, but then when they found out that I played at SC, played at NFL, then I became a whole different person.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think it's kind of like what happened in 1970 with Sam and with our team in Alabama. It's kind of come full circle now, especially with what's happening with Colin Kaepernick and what's happening in our society. And now it comes to a point where, okay, we laid that groundwork. It's been successful. Black people have had a chance to make a contribution to a sport. And now, should we take a step to help those who are not getting the same kind of advantages that we have because of playing? So, especially in lieu of some of the information that's coming out about, you know, CT, the head trauma, and how that's actually impacting players after they've played, and it's really had a devastating effect on a lot of people. So, yeah, I'm just saying, this today seems like we're in a mode where it's time to kind of reevaluate what we should do with this great gift that God has given us.
So anyway, I scored 4 touchdowns, and then Rodney has an issue with that. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but he's getting ready to explain to you right now what it is.
Let me jump in, Sam. And
Please jump. Do
let me
something.
just say this.